What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Big John Fury, Daniel Dubois. And John Fury is really questioning Daniel Dubois' overall demeanor as being a quitter. Okay. Excuse me. I don't really know why this is really a big issue now. I mean, Daniel Dubois, was allegedly sick. And I think now that's why the quitter label has come back to haunt Daniel Dubois because he didn't fight, and it left Joseph Parker holding the bag, fighting someone else, which he was victorious, thank God, with the overall constant change, right? That was a drastic change when it came down to changing opponents. Now, I'll say this. What John Fury said was like, hey, the guy, he took a knee. He was a young fighter at the time. He was only 22, 23 years old. That being said, why would he risk his whole career for one night of fighting? He did it right to take a knee. You can't really call him a quitter, can you? Because he was 23 years old and he did have an eye injury, and therefore he did the responsible thing. So no, he's not a quitter. Okay. My counterpunch, Daniel Dubois did quit. He did quit in 2020 when he fought Joe Joyce. It didn't matter that Joe Joyce was more experienced than him. Joe Joyce was supposed to be the older fighter at the time because at the time he might have been 34, 35. Okay. And that being said, he was the guy that was set up for Daniel Dubois to knock him down. Daniel Dubois was always the marketed, labeled, promoted fighter on the Queensberry end. The backstory of that is when Frank Warren heard that a young kid that's still in the amateurs put a whooping on Anthony Joshua, which was the pro that was signed with Matchroom, the rival promoter's fighter. Yes, that's why he signed him. So Frank Warren expected a lot out of Daniel Dubois. Since then, he kept him on the front line. He kept him promoted right. He got him the right fights. He got him the right training. Made sure everything was comfortable for Daniel Dubois. Okay? So if Anthony Joshua was the 1996 Super Sport Impala, you damn sure know that Daniel Dubois was the Marauder 2003 on the Ford end, okay? So there you go in comparison, because they needed something to compare or compete on the Queensberry end. So that's the backstory about Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois was that Anthony Joshua-esque fighter over on that end. All right, so Joe Joyce was supposed to be that guy that was undefeated, where Daniel Dubois was supposed to knock him out and take him out based on the styles, based on what Daniel Dubois has done. And he was constantly plateauing and stepping up until he came in front of Joe Joyce. I think what happened, it's his overall morale. His morale gets tested. His mental also gets tested. And I don't know if that's strong as anything else. Now, word around the campfire are reasons why he is doing better now than he used to, okay? But understand, that wasn't an isolated incident with him and Joe Joyce. It was the Kevin Ledena fight. The Kevin Ledena fight, Kevin Ledena was whooping on him, and it was like he did not want to be hit again, so he took a knee a couple times. That was a big scare. You had Frank Warren out there in the front, outside of the ring, about to have a heart attack, okay? That was some real shit. Want more? Look at the jab that Alexander Usyk gave him in the 9th round. This man stayed down because he was hit from a jab. Now, how did he do after that? Pretty damn good. The only problem is he didn't show up for his own damn co-main event. And people don't really know what's going on with him. When you start hearing things that's somewhat of a mystery, that's not a pinpointed issue, there can be smelled some bullshit in the mist. Okay? So as far as we talk about John Fury saying that Daniel Dubois is not a quitter, well, I think he is a quitter. I just think he's building a reputation for not being what he was once labeled, a quitter. Okay, because he's done very well lately. But that doesn't mean people can't look back if that shit comes back, and we see more evidence of it. Once again, people are going to turn back and say, you know what? He did that shit before. And he didn't do it before one time, like an isolated incident, like it's a fluke of nature. No, he's done it many times. So I think with John Fury is coming to the rescue to Danny Dubois, I can appreciate it. It's admirable and all that. But at the same time, people are questioning Danny Dubois' mindset because maybe, just maybe, he didn't want that fight. Okay? But then yet you have Frank Warren and company saying, oh, well, yeah, I'll take that fight. And Alexander Usyk is making it real easy for them to say, yes, let's fight for the undisputed next time, because that's what they wanted anyway. So they can skip all the possible dangers and obstacles in the way, like a Parker fight or a Bakali fight, if he was still ranked or something like that. They won't have to worry about all that. If you can cut right in the middle of the line to whenever Usyk wants to fight again and fight for the undisputed title again with the guy that you already quit with. But people are looking at the sickness being so secretive is another example, people, of possibly Daniel Dubois getting out of a situation that he wasn't comfortable in mentally to take on. But you guys tell me what you think of John Fury stating that Daniel Dubois is not a quitter. Stop saying that. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.